he's in a country club, so he gets the
Kind of. I mean, there's so many kids that are entitled and, they feel like they can act like adults even though they're not, or if they're with older people like us, they feel like they can be at our level and say stupid shit and, talk about girls and stuff. And
So if we're playing golf with someone's kid or we're hanging out with someone's kid, who's an adult kid, they're not allowed to make comments about women.
No, I don't want to hear your smart mouth about the card girl or the chick you did.
But we
this
can
with.
do that.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I'm just making sure.
We've earned that right.
Or what if they just? What if they just got obliterated, drunk, and high during the round and became completely incoherent? Is that acceptable?
That's
unacceptable.
That's not acceptable either.
I don't know how to respond to that. I honestly
you don't have to.
Yeah.
We got a Spalding situation from. He's gonna puke in the sun.
You'll get nothing and like it.
That's, okay, so as long as kid, you know what? If every kid knew that, if we just explain that to every young man, young lady, that there's certain things they can do and certain things they can't do, it would just make the world easier.
Well, if they're raised right, you don't have to explain it to them. They just know.
That's true. That's true.
What if they were raised by wolves?
Ted?
Oh, that's a Kevin Costner movie.
So here's the deal. I have not spoken to Ted in a week.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Okay, so since last Tuesday's show, Ted and I have not spoken.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the longest we've ever gone.
Yeah.
Without actually talking to each other.
Yeah.
Ted, what would you say on that?
Yeah, I can't, actually the last few days have been kind of a blur because, literally like Sunday, I didn't even leave my place. That's the first time I just I slept in. I just watched YouTube videos. And I think I fell asleep like during the day. I woke up at 8:30 at night. I thought it was 8:30 the next morning. I was just completely discombobulated. Yeah,
because of your eye surgery.
No, but just in general, I just became super lazy and I just caught up on. There is such a thing. You actually can catch up on your sleep. You can catch up on your sleep. So
his batteries were down and he just took some time to recharge.
Yeah, and so actually I was productive, believe it or not. I was watching YouTube videos on.
God.
That's productive?
No, actually, but on cooking. Because remember I said I wanted to become a cook.
Holy shit!
So
how you cook something?
How to barbecue?
No, I didn't barbecue or cook anything. But here's what I found out. Here's a good tip. You guys probably
you're about to give a tip on cooking and barbecuing
on just food.
On food.
Yeah,
from someone who hasn't cooked anything.
You ready?
More than an egg or something in the last, honestly, 10, 15 years.
No, it's actually just buying.
This should be great.
Okay, so
go ahead.
So we have a chuck roast because I was looking into like the carnivore diet, which is like an all meat diet. So there's a thing called the chuck roll, which is like the uncut. So it's like a bigger hunk of meat. It's like 27 pounds, and I guess it's lesser per pound. So if you go to Costco, instead of getting the chuck roast in like the butcher section, knock on the butcher's window, which is this is real, and ask for the 27-pound primal chuck roast. Or roll, and they'll give you the whole thing, and it's less work for them, and it's cheaper per pound, and then it's good for Denver steaks, it's good for ribeye steaks, and obviously.
Wow, that sounds majorly complicated.
So I'm gonna go to the butcher's window, and I'm just gonna. Hey, buddy, I know you're busy.
You don't have to knock. You could just get his attention. You could just wave at him.
Whatever. I'm gonna wave to him. I'm gonna do whatever, and then I'm gonna say, "Hey, man, I need." And I'm gonna say whatever you just said. Butcher's roll.
No, a primal chuck roll.
Primal
chuck roll. And they'll give it to you in a vacuum sealed bag, and they'll be happy to give it to you. And it's
is that with or without the spit? You think the butchers? You honestly believe that the butcher at Costco is going to do that?
Yeah, because number one, it's less work for them because there's one less large piece of meat they have to cut up, and you're actually saving money because it's less per pound now because it's not. They didn't cut it up, and then you would cut it up yourself. And I guess obviously there's ways to cut it up where you get a lot of meat and you could freeze it, and so it's actually a better deal.
Now you have this meat. You've gone and you bought this meat, and you've gotten a discount.
Yeah,
you have no idea how to cook it. You
have
nowhere to
cut it.
No, I got to that part. No, I got to the cutting and cooking part. You can cook it in a crock pot. You can slow roast it for hours. Put it with some butter.
Where in your house is your crock pot?
It's there. Actually, for a second,
you wouldn't even be able to find your crock pot.
For a second,
Ted, what is a crock pot?
For a second, I got air fryer confused with crock pot, but then when I saw it, the crock pot. It's just that ceramic pot with the glass lid on it. Yeah, and you just slow cook it.
Yep.
At like 200 degrees in its own juices with like a stick of butter for like how many hours you want. And I guess you just.
I'm going to tell Mike from another pint, please. We don't need him.
Yeah, and then
we got Ted now.
And then you have the meat thermometer in there, so it cooks at that perfect temperature every time. You actually put it in raw. You put it in raw, and then actually cook it with the meat thermometer inside, so it cooks at that perfect temperature.
And this is what you did.
That's what I did all day Sunday. Yep, just watch a lot of videos on carnivore, fasting, chuck rolls, chuck roasts, and honestly,
What are you thinking about? Like trying to lose some weight
are you
or
gonna
something?
Are you going to change your life or something?
I got hungry. I got hungry. Hungry watching those videos about some raw meat.
Yeah, but are you going to change your life here? Is that what this is?
Well, I've been kind of doing it already. I've been kind of doing the intermittent fasting, but then I was reading about better ways to do intermittent fasting, and then different type of fasting, then carnivore diet versus keto. And obviously there's pros and cons to everything, but I think the main thing is the intermittent fasting. So if you can fast for at least 18 hours a day,
this is the same bullshit he talks about all the time. He doesn't do it.
It sounds like he's starting to do it. I mean, this is called the research phase, Matt. And you kind of figure out what you can and can't do, and then you put your head around what you're gonna do.
No, I have been doing it. That's why, I have a little bit of a gut, but that's why I don't have a huge gut, because I try to regulate.
Yeah, there you go, Ted.
So even
baby steps.
So even if I eat like pizza and wings and I get really hungry, at least if I don't eat for the next 20 hours, at least that gives me my body a chance to naturally cleanse itself.
Yep.
And then there's a thing called autophagy, which I don't know if you knew what that means, but basically that's when your cells start eating each other.
Yep.
And it lowers your insulin levels, because insulin is when you have insulin spikes when you eat bread or stuff like that. That's what causes
hold on,
visceral fat.
I got to do the introduction. Welcome to Medical Talk.
Exactly.
With our expert today.
Yeah, Ted is he's been an expert for almost 48 hours. A few days ago, he watched some YouTube videos, and he's as intelligent, by the way, as most of the people that you pay attention to. I read a little article that like over 50% of people get their advice from influencers who have as much knowledge as Ted does about cooking and diets and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where they get that stuff from. So, Ted, you are now an expert.
Well, these influencers are actually like medical doctors. They're not.
There are some.
Tedfluencer.
They're Tedfluencer.
And actually, one doctor, this is weird. He says he goes fermented food like sauerkraut and coleslaw. He goes to like the same hot dog stand every day just for the toppings of the sauerkraut and the coleslaw. And this guy's like allegedly one of the best like top insulin doctors in the country, and he's going to a hot dog stand, for lunch, because he wants the fermented food. So
I mean, you know that everybody's got a niche, right? So
yeah.
I mean, that a lot of this stuff isn't true. If you just go and eat sauerkraut and coleslaw, it's not going to make you healthy.
Right, but it's just a portion of it. It's just not you're putting the whole picture together. So instead of eating something like a sweet roll or a ding dong or a Twinkie,
you said ding dong, sorry.
Remember ding dongs and Twinkies? They still make those, right?
Yeah.
We talked about those. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? Unless I was
King
so
dong.
drunk or so high,
I can't imagine you being that drunk and high eating.
You know what? No, the problem is I would be so drunk and high that I wouldn't be able to leave the house. Yeah. So if I guess people do it all the time. You can easily do that, right? I could like DoorDash a box of tacos, right, or a box of ding dongs.
Yeah, but the best advice is don't even keep it in your house, because I think when I've had the munchies and I've been a little bit, number one, you don't want to leave your house because it's dangerous. So number two, you're obviously going to rummage around for stuff, and you'll look in the same spot 5 times because you're in denial, and you think if you just look that 6th time, it'll magically appear.
No,
and then eventually you just give up.
Well,
you give up.
Scott and I have the option to actually cook something. You, unfortunately, have to find whatever you have and eat it raw.
It's either in a bag or a box.
Yeah, and if it fits in the microwave, that's fine.
Actually, I did. I had the munchies one time, and I did find a little package of organic ground beef, and I just cooked it in a skillet.
That's good stuff. If you got taco mix, you mix that in.
I just did it raw. I just cooked it right in its juices. I don't even think I put any type of spray in the pan. I just cooked it, whipped it up, and
ate that with a spoon.
Drained it. Yep, ate it with a spoon right out of the pot.
Oh my God, that is shit that we did when we were drunk in college.
That sounds nasty.
I had I don't know whose roommate it was. I think it might have been Cheryl's roommate. She went home one time and she on the stove heated up a can of Manwich, just the sauce.
Ugh.
This is how drunk she was. This is how fucked up she was.
You get hungry.
On the grate of the grill. On the grate of the stove.
I've never been
she
done
put
that.
the can on there.
Never done that. Okay.
Oh, she used the can as the cooking vessel?
As the vessel.
As the pot. Wow.
Warmed it up.
Wow.
And when we got home, she had been passed out on the couch, and she had half eaten this. So there's a spoon in there, half of it's gone, and she is just laying passed out, covered in. Oh my God! I can't believe I remember that. And you know what? And I'll tell you what. I didn't have a lot of respect for her, but every bit of respect I had for her disappeared that day.
Well, right now, obviously somebody probably wifed her up, and who knows what she's doing, when she gets drunk.
You know what? And it's funny. It's just one of those things. And I'm not going to go to my college. I'm not going to go to my high school thing. But if there was some way to get some of the people together from college, just to see who won and who lost
in life.
In life,
yeah.
right? Just for that simple reason.
See who peaked in high school.
You can't tell by social media, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I wouldn't even.
That's
want to
fantasy
search,
land.
I wouldn't
yeah.
even want to search all them and everything, but just walk in the room, and just have like
just do the eyeball test.
And by the way, just a quick 5-minute conversation. I don't want to get involved with it.
Yeah.
I don't want any life stories. I just want to walk in and go, loser, loser. Wow, you won. I can't believe it.
CEO,
but you won.
CFO,
Yeah, wow, you're all the letters.
Senator Blutarski.
Everything that starts with C, you won.
We could do a whole segment on college food experiences, where it went bad, like what you were just talking about. Oh, God, I got so many stories.
Oh, okay. Well, at some point we'll get to some of those stories. You guys remember a little while back we talked about Tilly Norwood, the AI actress?
Yeah.
She's pretend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's pretend. This is weird to say, but she's starring in her first movie.
Didn't she already star in a movie?
No. So she was out there with that attempt, but the woman who invented her, who, by the way, is a fairly unsuccessful actress, so you can see where that went, is making a movie creation with her. So she's going to be in a movie. Tilly Norwood is going to star in a movie.
But are the rest of the characters AI as well, or
Yes.
just one person?
I believe everyone else is AI also.
Yeah. So basically, it's that failed actress's avatar.
Yes.
She's like the best version. You know, if you had to create like the best version of yourself or what you envision you'd want to be, that's what it is to that creator.
I'm guessing that's what 99% of AI is going to be.
Yeah.
Either the person you want or the person you want to be.
Yeah.
So I guess the movie is a coming of age deep dive into identity piece. So I won't be watching.
Makes sense.
But
So I won't be watching.
I mean, is Godzilla in it? Are there explosions? Is anybody shooting anybody?
Yeah, does anyone
with a
die
laser gun?
horribly? Then
'Cause if they're
otherwise
not
I'm out.
Yeah, if they're not shooting it, if there's not a superhero or a monster, I'm out.
or a tidal wave that's going to wipe out the city.
You know what? Those are, I guess.
What
those
about
are okay.
what about the virus that spreads through the city where it turns everybody into zombies and you got to go find patient zero? I like those movies. I got to admit.
You know what though? I've seen such good ones and I've read such great stories. Like what was that one that Brad Pitt did?
Yeah, World War Z.
Yeah,
That was a good movie.
Okay, now I'll tell you what. The book is nothing like that.
Really?
It's way better. It's
book is
1,000
better?
times better. It has nothing to do with anything that's in that movie. It doesn't even make sense that movie has the same title as the book that I read.
I thought the movie was good.
What was the
book
movie?
is so
What was the movie with Dustin Hoffman? I think it was called Outbreak. It
Yeah.
came out years ago.
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
So actually, what the funny thing about the movie? So you work in like an obscure field, like you're a virologist, right? Virologist, is that how you pronounce it? Like
Sure,
you're a
whatever.
disease
Sure, whatever.
expert.
Schneiden
and all of a
Frey.
sudden, this person who's just kind of obscure doing their thing is now all of a sudden thrust into the national because like now the president's calling you because you're the foremost expert on
Fauci.
communicative diseases. And and so now this person who was like basically anonymous is now everyone's looking to this person for guidance.
Because anonymous is the opposite of anonymous.
Anonymous.
I don't know. I don't think there is an opposite of anonymous.
Magnanimous.
Like if you're disappointed, then if you're okay with it, you're pointed.
No,
Is
that doesn't work that
none
way.
of those? Okay.
No.
Oh, let me get back to this Tilly Norwood thing real fast. The Screen Actors Guild says that Tilly Norwood is not an actress or an actor because she isn't human.
That's true.
But the Norwood's creator, her name is Eline van der Velden, said that she has that covered. Okay, you ready? This is kind of cool. She has plans for the actress to get addicted to drugs, get involved in sexually assaulting her coworkers, and spending some time in prison. It's called adding the Cosby to her creation. It's
Oh,
kinda cool.
Jesus Christ.
Or you could just pull a Blake Lively and just sue her co-star for various.
You know what I
harassment.
realized? I don't think anyone, and Ryan Reynolds is married to her, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone other than Ryan Reynolds likes her.
Yeah, well, she was.
She's hot, though.
Well,
She's hot, but I don't think there. I haven't found anyone who's except I think she's friends with Taylor Swift.
Well,
I
she was.
guess.
Well, actually, here's the thing. So obviously, as we know, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce exchanged vows at Madison Square Garden, to a big hullabaloo. And I guess Blake Lively, they made it a point to say Blake Lively was not invited to the wedding.
So now no one likes her.
And Adam Sandler was the officiant.
Yeah, he actually did the.
He married him.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty nuts.
So okay, so I will tell you this. I heard outrage from some women.
Yeah, of course.
Because Madison Square Garden has no windows.
Okay, I
so
didn't know. Never
no
been there.
paparazzi could get any pictures.
Yeah.
And they were outraged, and this is the way I heard it. And you know what they want to do? That's why they had it there, so that they can record the whole thing and then make a documentary out of it and sell it. And I said, okay, it's their wedding. If they want to sell it, they can sell it. Yeah. What?
Yeah,
That's wrong.
It's not like
I'm
selling a sex tape.
I'm like, what? So if somebody else records it and sells it, it's okay? But
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, I mean,
She's smart, man. She's
I said,
freaking smart.
who the fuck is going to watch
Well,
Travis Kelce
yeah,
and
a lot.
Taylor
Actually,
Swift's
unfortunately,
wedding?
Millions of
unfortunately-
people.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are.
Millions
a lot
of
people.
people.
Are. Yeah,
The Taylor Swift army.
won't be me, but yeah,
Oh,
somebody
my
will.
They're going to watch her wedding video?
Hell yeah.
So, of course, as you probably know, a couple of employees got fired because they snuck in their cell phones, because I guess you had to leave your cell phone at the door, and I guess they snuck it in to try to take some pictures
course.
of their
You know,
wedding. and
they just have a thing you walk through, and it goes off if you have a cell phone.
right.
Yeah,
You
it just
can-
goes off. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
there
if
was
what if you had a wooden cell phone, like A Few Good Men? You got the wooden gun to slip through security.
Why'd you shoot that duck, asshole? Yeah, I guess there was a coffee place or a donut place in Chicago that had that sensor on the door, and it said, "Please don't come in with a cell phone. We don't want your business. If you have your cell phone, don't come in. We're not interested." And people walk in, and the buzzer went off like it was like a fire alarm times 15.
But it's crazy because everyone carries a cell phone. So like, if they had a spot to leave the cell phone, that makes sense. But to say that don't come in if you have one, like, are you supposed to like go home? What if you live far away? You know,
That was their
There's
thing.
got to be a solution because that's the first thing I thought of. Is like, well,
Wouldn't you just have a
okay,
safe,
I
like-
get it.
like a-
I'm
like a
just coming in
safety?
for a coffee or donut. I can be without my phone for half an hour.
yeah. But I'm saying, couldn't you just check your phone and they could put it in a secure location and then you just get it back
I
like a
have no
coat
idea.
like a coat check
I have
ticket?
I have no idea what
Yeah.
the deal was.
But
But
to save
they
you-
didn't want people sitting in there on their phones.
Okay, I know the
that was their choice.
Yeah, I know the Masters is that way. Where they won't let people bring their cell phones into Augusta National.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, Teddy, you remember we had a guest on who wanted rural eastern Oregon to become part of Idaho.
Yes, he wanted succession from the rest of the state.
Well,
I
he
remember-
just
I
wanted the eastern part of Oregon, because it's very rural,
Yeah.
to join Idaho because they have more, their sensibilities are more, like Portland, Oregon is
those are
completely
geographically very different,
Yeah.
physically
Well,
different places.
it's very
right?
liberal. Obviously, I guess Portland's very liberal, and I guess the eastern part. Yeah, it's almost like Chicago versus rural Illinois. It's completely different. It's two completely. Actually, a lot of the rural communities in Illinois want to secede from Chicago and have a completely separate.
That's very
separate.
interesting because that's exactly what I'm getting to. The downstate folks in Illinois want to secede and become very creative. New Illinois. Yeah, they couldn't come up with a better state name. They want to become the 51st state. And they want to be New Illinois.
Isn't it crazy how more and more states and people? I mean, it's like our whole population is becoming more and more segmented. It's nuts.
Well, I mean, I could kind of see the concept because there's, I think there's like twice as many people. I think all of Chicago has as many people as all the rest of Illinois.
I believe
and
that's
it's a
correct,
big ass state.
Yeah.
And they're tired of all the stuff that happens in Chicago, kind of dictating everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But I mean, there's got to be a better way. There's no way they're going to have a 51st state.
No, not like that.
And especially not if the best you can come up with is New Illinois.
Well, I mean, it would set a precedent that would just set a chain reaction.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
yeah.
Could you even imagine that?
Well, without going into politics, as you probably know, a lot of these democratic socialists have just been elected. Without going into, but I'm just saying, but they have some pretty extreme views that even the mainstream Democratic
Yeah.
Party disagrees with. I'm talking about hardcore socialism.
Hardcore, like how? Like healthcare for everyone?
Well, not just that. I mean,
Holy
like, well,
shit. You mean like where any fucking jagoff who lives in Illinois could go and get services from a fucking hospital? These
No, I agree. No, I
They're
agree with
scum.
that. No, but I think the core tenet of these democratic socialists is that at least what a lot of people say is they actually at their core they hate America. That's what they think. They
Why
actually
do they
hate
live here
America.
then?
Well, that's the thing because they want to rot it. Because usually when a civilization
So
rots,
what
it
do they
rots
do
from the inside.
What do they do what do they do to prove that they hate America?
Well, I think, like for
come
example,
up with these crazy views
example,
and
that- of-
stupid
like,
ideas.
Of like healthcare for
Yeah,
everyone.
okay.
well, socialist.
How are you
going
gonna pay for it?
It's a socialist. Look
Oh
at Cuba.
well, do we really have to pay for it? Aren't can the doctors work for free?
Well, look at Cuba. Look at Cuba. What a
Oh,
what a hell.
there's better answers than that.
Right.
You know there isn't just
Right.
the doctors work for free.
Right, but I just without going into detail, I mean, obviously, every pure socialist country has failed miserably if you look at it historically. I know, like Denmark is, I think, somewhat socialist, but the taxes are super high there. But just look at Cuba, for example. How many people are throwing their stuff away and swimming to Cuba, which is only 90 miles off the coast of Florida, versus how many people want to desperately leave Cuba, which is a communist socialist society. And yeah, you're right. The healthcare is free, and there's some good perks to it, but the rest of it's horrible. So you got to look at it that way.
I'd say we change the subject.
Yeah, we changed the subject. We'll
I
get
don't
to
buy
that later.
it.
So,
Okay. The Texas Rangers did something that is impossible.
Texas Rangers, the baseball team?
The baseball team did something that's impossible. They broke a world record. Yep, they broke a world record. Any guess at what the baseball team, the Texas Rangers, what their world record that they broke is?
So it's a world record, so that means it's applicable to anyone, not just baseball players.
It's a world record.
Can't imagine what would be a world record.
They had the largest turnout at their stadium for sporting events?
Sold the most hot dogs in some short amount of time?
Those are actually really good guesses. Nope. They set the record for the largest glass of beer.
Okay, there you go. Good, because that's what drunken fans need is more alcohol. That's a good idea.
Was it a swimming pool?
Yeah.
So it's the largest glass of beer. It's a giant glass. It held 600 gallons
Jesus.
of Budweiser.
Wow.
No shit.
Yeah.
Not Bud Light, Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Not Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, the most popular beer in the world right now. No.
Go figure.
They beat the previous record of 550-gallon glass of beer set in the UK back in 2014.
So is there a picture of it that is like this giant, literally it's a giant glass?
It is a giant glass of beer.
More like a vat.
No, it's got to be a glass of beer. It's a glass
It's
of
not
beer.
intended to be consumed, right?
You know what? I'm assuming they had to just have some taps and people walked up and got it.
Maybe.
You're going to waste 600 gallons of beer?
Or is this for one guy?
But here's the weirdest part. The record was verified by the Guinness Book of World Records, but they didn't use Guinness. Is that weird? I don't know.
That's not weird.
Okay. I thought that was kind of weird. And by the way, the people at Guinness, for like the 5th time, have refused to come on the show. So fuck them and fuck their dumb
let me
book.
ask you a question. Why does Guinness have a monopoly on determining world records? Why can't there be like a competing organization?
There's a couple other competing organizations that also have routinely.
So what are you're trying to get?
Rejected you.
Someone just we can ask stupid questions about world records and
yes. Come on. I mean, think about it.
How is that any better than the Three Stooges? I still don't understand why we're not stiff arming the Stooges.
Okay. You know what? You want to stiff arm the Stooges? Mark got mad. So on Monday.
Wait, Mark got mad.
So yeah,
that's a news flash.
One of our former idiots, Mark. We were golfing on Monday, and he got mad that when we referred to the Stooges, and Scott said we knew a guy, and I didn't say Mark's name. Mark by name. I just said, "Oh, that guy."
His cousin Sonny.
Yeah, knows a guy who's the Three Stooges expert. Mark got mad that we didn't say his name.
You didn't reference him. You
didn't reference him
properly
as the guy who has a cousin who's a Three Stooges expert.
So he's like
by the way,
like a footnote.
Never, ever, ever be on this show. Never.
Never. Wow, that's a long time.
The Three Stooges. I'll tell you what. If we get any positive feedback at all,
you won't tell us. You're the only one that reads the emails. You don't tell us shit. We're over here just a couple of goofs.
If we get positive feedback, people are like, I want to know about the Three Stooges. I'm like 85 years old and I don't know everything about the Stooges. Then we'll actually do it.
Okay. Actually, here's my question. Aren't there 3 guys right now probably doing like a vaudeville type act at like local who are like impersonators,
smashing each other around and poking each other?
Yeah, but I mean,
eyes?
you would think that's kind of a shtick there. I mean, you could have like a whole routine.
I feel that dog won't hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. The Stooges have come and gone. That was a century ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's just. I just don't think it's. I mean, there's lots of things that aren't popular anymore, right?
Yeah, I guess it was a part of a certain epoch of time that's kind of ran its course. So I guess you're right.
I mean, the mega violent, constant, horrific comics or cartoons. I mean, I don't think that
I saw a clip of that the other day. I was
Tom and Jerry are just constantly murdering each other.
Actually, it wasn't even Tom and Jerry.
Coyote.
Actually, it was worse. Droopy Dog. So Droopy Dog, it was like the tiny little dog. It had the sad face. But then I guess his protagonist was this big, very menacing, like kind of like a bulldog. And so he's always trying to like poison him, or they're playing like a fair sporting event, and the guy's like launching bombs, and like Droopy Dog is like always a step ahead of him, and he ends up blowing himself up. It's like Wile E. Coyote always falling off the cliff, can't get the Roadrunner. Yeah, it's actually.
I don't get that. Okay, but we got to get rolling here because we got a guest and we got to do Ted versus AI.
Can't wait. The initial effort.
Yeah. All right. This is the Real 3 Ds podcast, and today in history is the thing that you've mentioned a bunch and you never thought of: the invention of sliced bread. Today, in 1928, the Chillicothe Baking Company perfected the awe-inspiring bread slicing machine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess before 1928, you had to say, well, this is better than.
It's the greatest
A
thing
buggy
since
whip.
a steam engine.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I
Greatest
don't
thing
know.
to slice bread.
Right, I don't know what
Yeah.
you would have said.
Since the cotton gin. This is the best
Yeah,
thing I've
yeah.
seen since the cotton gin.
Yeah, what did people say since the buggy whip? I don't know. I don't know what people would say anymore. Like, what could you even compare that to? It's kind of wild.
Is that company still in business? Probably not.
Chilcoth Baking Company in Chilcoth, Missouri.
I'm sure it was acquired
At some
long time.
point, I
Yeah,
guess
they do cryptocurrency trading now. Yeah, they've reinvented themselves.
But if they invented the greatest thing ever, sliced bread,
Yeah, well, you know what
how
happened?
could they not still be in
Well,
business?
you know why? Because they probably sold a patent for pennies on the dollar to somebody who marketed it better. Think about all the people in history who did come up with the best invention, but then sold the rights away, or
Right.
someone just stole it. And yeah, and they were
it's
the
a
original
bread
trailblazers.
slicing machine. I mean, how complicated was it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to do this. Let's get to your sponsor. Ted Tips is sponsored by Glutman's Replacement Fingers and Toes. It's that time of the year, folks. 4th of July is over, and you're going to need to replace a couple of fingers and or toes. Glutman's has the best and cheapest finger and toe replacements in the world. Ring fingers, pinkies, and even the most lifelike swear fingers you've ever seen. And toes, they've got toes. Even the creepy little pinky toe. Don't worry about this year's firework mishaps. Just call Glutman's Fingers and Toes, and they will have you walking around and pointing at things, and no one will ever know a thing.
Huh, interesting. No prices or anything like that.
Go
just-
to Glutman's, man. I mean, it's fingers and toes. There's all sorts of different kinds. You might have a little skinny hand, a little fat hand. Who knows?
Does that include installation?
I highly doubt that. You're ordering online.
And
You're
then-
going to have to install yourself.
Oof,
Yeah.
that might be rough.
All right. Ted, are you ready to battle the AI?
Yeah, I'm going to do the best I can, but
Well,
Oh,
hold on.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
since this is the initial launch of AI versus TED, you've already run the tip through AI and you have an output, correct?
Yes.
All right.
I have the Microsoft Copilot answer. And I have two answers. One moderately drunk and one incredibly drunk.
So you had the AI be inebriated?
Yes. I did 0.08, and then I did complete. I wrote in one, now answer it like you're hammered drunk.
And it will, the Copilot, they got settings that will listen to that
It
shit?
just went with it.
No
I
kidding.
didn't know that.
I
don't
have the
think-
Copilot up, and I've asked it. I'm making sure to ask it the weirdest, craziest, stupidest shit, so that anything I ask like this seems completely tame.
Yeah, that's true. You've trained it well.
Yeah, and it is getting less not answery.
Right.
Yeah, it is now just going, fuck it, whatever. Let's just
Less
do it.
not answer.
I'm waiting for the day it just ignores you. Like you type something in and it just nothing comes up.
It
You
can't,
think
Ted. It's my best friend.
you think your computer's frozen? It's not.
All right,
It's
Teddy,
just-
are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ted, I really need your help. My best friend, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. My best friend works at a large clothing retailer. She's been there for about 3 years. She just told me she figured out a way to make money buying things for cash at other stores and returning it. She said she made almost $50,000 doing this in the last year. Now she wants me to, and this is in quotes, work with her doing this. She has an entire plan, and she wants to make this our jobs. She said it will work at lots of large chains. I put her off, but she's really putting pressure on. I don't want any part of this craziness. I want to remain friends, but this is so bizarre. What can I do to have her leave me out and stop doing this? Olive, 28, San Antonio, Texas. And then she adds, don't know if you guys like pickles. You guys pickle guys?
I do.
Yes. We have an amazing pickle fest here in San Antonio every September. Drinks are on me if you pick my question. So now I'm just a slut. I'm just a slut.
I like
who's
their-
picking questions in case we get to San Antonio, so
Yeah.
I can get free drinks from
like
Makes
the,
you-
like the Riverwalk in San Antonio.
Yeah,
Nice
maybe
area.
timestamp that one. We might pay a visit there.
Okay, Ted, help Olive with her friend who is clearly insane.
Yeah, obviously your friend is involved in some type of money laundering, illegal scheme to resell this.
Money
this
laundering?
I mean, not money, but just
She's
like obviously
buying stuff and returning it.
right. But obviously, it sounds like it's something illicit going on. It's kind of like you do. Like I said, it seems illegal. It just seems illegal on its face. So I would get no part of that. I would just say, hey, I appreciate the offer, but yeah, you don't want to go down with her if her employer gets wind of that shit. Because obviously, if think about this logically, if you could make $50,000 on the side in addition to your regular job, wouldn't everybody be doing it? Ask her this. Just say, do your bosses know about this? Does the regional manager know you're doing this? So do you have the full blessing? Do you have a memo from your employer that says you have the blessing to do this? And if the answer is no, or she gives you some vague answer, let's assume she's doing this illicitly. And yeah, you just don't want any part of that. You can still be friends with her, but it's kind of like this. I'll give you the analogy. If you went into a store with her and your friends, and she shoplifted something, and she got caught, they'd probably pinch you too because you're just guilty by association because you're with her. So that's kind of what it would be like if I could give you an analogy. So I would distance myself from that, even though the money sounds tempting, but it sounds like she's doing something either under the table or illicit.
It's absolutely illegal, Ted.
Of course it's illegal. Yeah.
I don't understand how she's buying something and returning it and making a profit.
Well, she's probably taking the price tag and then
I barely even go to the store anymore.
I've read this actually happen. I think some scammers at Home Depot did this where they'd buy something or they would just switch the price tag. Yeah, they would just put a lower price tag on the item, buy it for that lower price, and then return it at a different Home Depot and get the full refund at the higher price. So it sounds like it's something along the lines of that.
Sounds
That's
like
my best
so
guess.
much work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's
you
just
make $50,000.
Yeah, like I said, but if it was that easy, if that was a real hack, everybody would be doing it. It's like saying I guarantee. Like if I was your financial advisor, or you thought I was, and I said, "Hey Scott, I can guarantee you a 30% return a year, never have a loss."
You just have to buy stuff at Home Depot and return it at another
because
Home
it is
Depot.
Exactly. So yeah,
Wouldn't it be great if you saw one of those commercials like those Fisher investment ones? Are you a fiduciary? Well, no, but I do know how to get you the great deals at Home Depot, and you just return it, buy it, and you're literally making 20% on your money. All you got to do is go from Home Depot to Home Depot.
If this is her best friend, then she should just be able to straight up and say, I'm out. And stay friends.
Yeah.
Her friend's trying to yank her into the dark side. Yeah. You don't live in the dark side, you die in the dark side, right? So she's not going to this is not a sustainable.
Really? I mean, I think Darth Vader, didn't he stuck around for a long time.
Yeah, but he died on the dark side.
Yeah, but he seemed very happy
down
being
that
there.
reactor core after he got zapped by somebody.
Yeah,
and,
but still had a great time doing it. And he got to choke people with his air hand.
He didn't have to use a hand. He would just use his mind. And next thing you know, they're in the air and they're choking. Yeah, but it's your best friend. Tell her good luck. And
just
here's the number for a bail
I want no part of that. I want to have plausible denial because when the feds come knocking at your door and freeze your assets one day, and trust me, I know you think you're smart, but trust me, there's people out there a lot smarter than you, and it's just a matter of time before someone picks up on the pattern without your knowledge and consent, and then you're going to get that knock on your door, and it's going to be the federales.
Oh, man. What if every day you'd have to worry about that? That would be.
Well, apparently she's not worried. She thinks that unless maybe she's so delusional, she thinks what she's doing is just like a little life hack.
Maybe she'll never get caught.
And maybe she'll never get caught.
But what if Olive is pissing away a chance to basically do nothing,
do an illegal activity?
Well, here I'll tell you what. Let's see what AI.
People do illegal shit every day.
Sure.
Every day, and they get away with it.
Not at that scale. Come on, you steal a ball marker from the golf course, or
so let's
victimless crime, my friend. Victimless crime.
Let's assume the woman quit right now. Yeah, she probably wouldn't get caught, but if she continues to do this, obviously the more it's like robbing a bank, right? I robbed 20 banks in a row. Chances are on that 20. You saw Point Break, right? It eventually goes bad.
Yes,
like
of
Heat,
course it does.
Heat, Point Break. Those guys
Heat
are pros.
was a great movie.
Yeah,
oh
they did it so well for so long. Okay, so let's get to Microsoft Copilot because we want to get to our guest. This is the partially drunk. Hey, I've been thinking about what you told me. I care about you a lot, but I can't do anything that's not legal. I don't want to risk my job or get caught. Okay, pretty tame. I mean, I really.
That's exactly what I would say.
This is what super drunk Microsoft said. It's a disaster margarita with extra bad decisions. Ready? I can't even walk in a straight line, but I can see that this is a felony.
See? So basically, AI agrees with us. AI agrees with us, right? Yeah.
AI knows it's stupid.
It's messed up.
What did sober AI say?
I never did it sober. Ted,
why would you?
You can't compete against a sober AI.
Well, AI is going to just tell it like it is, which it did at the .08.
Yeah. I mean, .08, I guess .08's not drunk enough to make bad decisions.
Really.
Yeah, and after .32,
yeah. I mean,
my God.
You're probably too drunk to drive, but you're definitely not too drunk to give really bad life advice.
.08 is just even holding a beer, not even drinking a beer. Just having the beer in your hand gives you .08.
All right,
we should get a breathalyzer for the show and run
worst
that
idea ever.
And run it by Teddy right before we leave.
How about right when he gets here? I mean, sometimes you got to say to yourself, he showed up drunk. That son of a bitch.
No
he
way.
Showed up drunk.
It was a half day at work.
All right, so we got to see. I always like to see what our guest thinks.
All right.
I never know when we have our guest on. We have guests, and Ted does his thing. I'm always a little apprehensive.
Little reality check.
Yeah, I'm always a little apprehensive. So maybe we'll see. You know what? It always scares me when they're on, and then I don't see them. Mm-hmm. Like we do now. So
looks like he's got his microphone up. No, there's a microphone, and video camera might come on in a minute.
All right.
All right.
So
Sure.
Craig,
I was following the rules. I think in the in the email it said audio only. So
no. Sorry. No. You know what the rule? So I send it out, and I said that we only use the audio for the show, and then we have the video on. But you don't have. I mean, we don't have to see you. You could be.
He can see us. We can see him, but no one else does.
Yeah. And because I'm a chronic nose picker, so I'm sure nobody wants to see that. But every once in a while, you're just going to get up there and pick it up.
And a chronic ball scratcher
Gotta get it
because
to
I
do
sit
the-
across from you. So
So Craig, if you had a friend who had a job and they were stealing and they tried to get you involved,
No,
what
it's
would
just
you
a
say?
side.
Would
It's
you,
just a side hustle.
a side hustle of stealing from major corporations? Would that be something you want to get involved in?
Listen, I've actually had that happen to me before. I worked
my
at
God.
Best Buy at one point, and guys were stealing stuff out of the warehouse, and I didn't say anything, but I didn't take part. And sure enough, it was some sort of credit card scheme, and these gentlemen actually went to jail. So
no shit.
yeah, so that's not something you should do. I mean, I was kind of like, hey, I didn't know for a fact what was going on, so I just said, hey guys, I don't think that's a good idea. And then sure enough, that's what happened.
Craig,
So,
smart
call,
man.
good call.
You were raised right.
Yep,
Yeah.
good call.
Well,
yeah,
you know
so
what?
let me see if I can get.
Everybody gets caught, but I mean, what if you didn't get caught for well, no, we're not going to do that. All right, so let's get into this. Our guest this week is Craig G. He is, and this is the short version, by the way, a tequila collector, owner and curator of Barrel Brothers 412. He is CRT certified, and we will get into that, and a self-proclaimed agave nerd with a deep love for additive-free, small batch expressions. You can check him out at Barrel Brothers _412. Craig, welcome to the show.
All right.
Welcome,
nice to see you,
welcome.
Craig.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And I feel privileged because I saw how difficult it is to get onto the show. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, for our friends, we set the bar extremely
There's
low.
a rigorous admission policy here, Craig. So you did pass the test. So welcome.
Wait, hold on.
I
What's the admission policy? He's alive,
Yeah.
and he can talk.
He acknowledged your existence. That's number one.
And he said, okay.
Yeah. Hey,
No, I actually enjoy the show. You mentioned, just to check it out. I really enjoy it. It's very, very intellectually engaging. You guys cover a lot of different topics and subjects, and I like it, man. And it's funny. It's funny. It's like a funny way to look at things, and so I actually enjoyed it. And I said, hey, I would love to come on and talk tequila. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Awesome.
all
Wow.
right, so I mean, we'll get into all the deep stuff, but how did you get into tequila? I mean, when did this was this a young thing? Because I mean, I started drinking when I was like 11, but I'm sure you didn't get into tequila at that time. But how'd you get started with all this?
For sure. I've always kind of a little bit of tequila or different spirits, throughout my time. I'm in my mid 40s now. And, I've had a couple of favorites, the ones that everyone kind of drinks, all the time. And it really wasn't that great. I had other vices, cigars and such. And
Yeah, baby.
And exactly. Love a good cigar.
I like him even better now.
Absolutely. And so a friend of mine, it was probably my 43rd birthday, and he got me a bottle of Patron El Cielo, and I tasted it, and I said, this tastes different than regular Patron. And I wanted to know why, because I'm just kind of like a nerd like that in terms of like the research and find out the differences and things. And so I went down the road and just started to look at how tequila was made and what the differences were. And it's a fascinating craft. I love the craftsmanship that goes into bourbon. And I was really shocked to see that tequila actually has the same type of craftsmanship, just a different spirit, different, it's not a grain-based spirit, but to see what they do with the agaves and just the meticulous methods they use, it just kind of engulfed me. So I started to take classes and certifications to try to learn more about it. And then, of course, I think that, alcohol is one of the social lubricants. I think that it brings people together. Some of my closest friends are people that I met in my bourbon group or in a tequila group. And it's been fantastic. We have a great time. We enjoy each other. And and we love to hang out and just learn. I always tell my friends I'm in a constant state of discovery. And so I'm one of those people. I'm always looking for something new. I'm always looking for new things to try. And so tequila really fits because there's so many brands. There's so many different methods that they can use to kind of make things different. And so I just kind of jumped all in. And so probably every single week we have a tasting where we're trying new things, and it's fun. I mean, if you follow on there, it's really called Barrel Brothers because there's multiple people who you can be a Barrel Brother anytime. You can come and you hang out at the tasting. You're already an honorary member. And so we kind of keep it like that. We just learn from each other. So I love it.
Wow. Okay, so if we're ever down in Orlando, we're definitely...
You are automatically invited. I will lay out the red carpet for you guys, for sure.
Thank you.
My wife is a wonderful cook. She will make sure you're good to go.
Appreciate
man.
that.
Okay, so all that. So I'm watching some videos, and I see almost everything you have in there. It has tequila, and then there's some food back there. So that's your wife's cooking?
Yes, she always, yes. And it's funny, it's like a combo between the both of us. My friends always say, like, I actually had some friends visit on Sunday, and Saturday they came visit, and they said, well, we're just stopping by for 5 minutes. And they were here for about 6 hours. And so, because, as soon as I started the tasting, she gave them oysters. Then she came out, her roast had just finished. Then she gave them, she had a snapper that she had on the grill. So, like, she'll make a 12-course meal in a blink of an eye.
Wow. All right. So, that is, I've seen the videos of the food. It looks great. All right. So, you sent us a video of your tequila collection.
I saw that. That was freaking cool.
It was pretty wild.
Was that on the island in your kitchen? Yeah.
Yes.
That was, I was like, holy crap, look at all these tequilas.
All right. So if you had to take a ballpark guess, how many different tequilas have you had, and when is your next liver transplant?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I tell you, how many have I tried?
Right.
That would be a lot because I go to festivals. That's one of my favorite things to do. We're actually headed out to Saber Orcatura Festival in Los Angeles on August 8th. That'll be my next one, but we went to Sip Tequila down in Stewart, Florida. I'm actually based in Orlando. Tons of places to go in Orlando, great festivals, and meet a lot of people. And I love those. They're like, you learn so much. And so, yeah, at those festivals, I mean, there's usually about 50 different brands there, and they all have 4 expressions apiece. And so you could try a lot of different things. So if you said how many have I tried or how many have I have, I probably have about over 220 bottles of tequila. In terms of how many I've tried, that's probably in the, almost over 1,000 at this point.
Well, the video showed the bottles, and I was kind of checking out. Some were a little bit full, some were half full, several were empty. So I was like, this guy's got it going on right there.
So I liked, and the videos,
absolutely.
Some of your videos, you show the bottle upside down. I'm guessing that means that's a dead soldier right there.
That means it's gone. It's gone, but not forgotten. And that's one of the things. We open everything. So I got some of my friends, they're just collectors. You go to their house, it's like they got a bunch of furniture on the shelf. None of their bottles are open.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, yes. Lots of people. Well, there's a lot of people who believe that at least 10% of your investments should be in alcohol. So they kind of just collect it, and it's an investment for them. And so
wait a minute. They're buying this so that they can what? Like it'll go up in price in.
That's a thing.
Yes.
That's a thing for sure.
Oh, absolutely,
like
absolutely. Some of the, especially bourbon, they appreciate.
Yeah.
And so some of these bottles, if I didn't open, they would have appreciated pretty nicely. There's for example, I had a bottle of Old Forester President's Choice for about 2 years ago. That bottle at the time was about $550. If I were to still have it, it would be about $2,000 right now.
But that's a bourbon, right?
Wait.
That's a bourbon, Craig, right? Old Forester doesn't make
That is
tequila.
a bourbon.
Okay.
Yes, I do have some tequilas that appreciate. Like I have some single barrel Fortalezas. Right now, they're worth about $800-900. If I would just leave them closed, they would definitely appreciate.
I love that shit.
But you wouldn't have any fun. Where's the fun?
It's like artwork or
Exactly.
fine
I tell my
wine.
friends all the time, the bottle tastes better when it's open. So
God love you.
Okay, so
you got to try it.
So we've had a lot of collectors on for different things, and they have one thing in common. They have either built a special place in their house for their collection, or, and I'm not messing with you, they have moved to a bigger place that would fit their collections. Which one have you done?
Oh, trust me, it's crossed my mind. I've tried to knock down a wall, and my partner, she said, "No way, that's not happening." But for me, so for me, that picture that you see is actually the mud room. So there was nothing there when we built this house, and that was just a plain mud room. And then a friend of mine said, "Well, once I caught the bug and wanted to start building a collection, I started out like everybody else. I went to IKEA and I got some shelves, and quickly I realized when I heard a cracking sound one day, I put a bottle on it. I said, all right, this is not going to work.
Right.
So I called a friend of mine and he said, I'll make sure you're good to go. And so literally he went to the Home Depot, bunch of 2x4s, built a lot of braces in there, and he built that shelf by hand. And that's how I kind of keep it. But yes, I'm running out of room. I consider it a library instead of a bar. So we check things in, we check things out. So that's why you always see everything's open. And
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it fits the occasion,
that's why I
right?
keep a constant flow.
Depends on what you're doing, who you're with, right?
A liquor
Absolutely.
library. Craig, that is goddamn genius.
It is.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you actually have insurance on all your?
For sure.
Do you have insurance?
And that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to enjoy it. There's not any bottles that I covet. If people come and it's something they enjoy and appreciate, I'm like, hey, let's try it. Let's open it up and let's go for it. So that's what brings the joy about it for me, is that discovery, and then other people discovering tequila as well. Because I run into a lot of people who, we all have memories of tequila from our days in college, right?
100%. Yep.
None of them are good.
It was funny this past weekend. There's a lot of people who swore off tequila. They're like,
I'm back now.
They're praying on the toilet. They're like, if you just let me out of this, I'll never drink this again. And
we all lied about that. We all lied about that.
Yeah, I go to the bourbon group, and they said, they love the bourbon. I love bourbon too. I think it's a wonderful spirit as well. I've got a lot of great bourbons as well. That's probably why my collection is really split in half. There's probably about another 200 bottles of bourbon in there. So I love bourbon, but I think that, when I came to the bourbon groups, these guys said, oh no, we don't drink tequila. Keep that away from us. And it's funny now because there's probably at least 5 guys in there that, they prefer tequila over bourbon now. And people actually go down that aisle where the tequila is, where we have a bottle share each week. And they go down the aisle of tequila now, and they used to never go down there. So there's a new appreciation for it. I think bourbon drinkers understand what it's a little bit easier on you as you're aging. We're all getting there in our 40s and such, and it definitely has a different impact on your liver. I think you mentioned it earlier. Those grain spirits is going to impact you different than the agave spirits for sure.
Yeah, that's that's real. But let's do this, and I'm sure a lot of
Wait, hold on. So tequila is less of a hangover? Or it's less troublesome on your body? Is that what you're saying, Craig?
Absolutely. So, for example, the ones we were drinking in college, they had additives in them, right? So what additives are, there's probably 3 main additives. So glycerin, they'll put that in the tequila to make it have a thicker mouthfeel, to make it feel richer. They'll put oak extract in it to make it taste like it was aged in a barrel, even though it wasn't, right? Or they'll put, caramel coloring in it to make it look like it was aged in a barrel, but it wasn't. And those are the things that'll give you the hangover. So we were drinking, I don't want to disparage any brands, but there's some brands right now that have class action lawsuits against them, your Casamigos, Terramano, some of those, because it's been accused that they're using these additives in their tequila, even though they're marketing it as pure. And so it's really good if you get a real tequila. There's only 3 ingredients. There's the water, the yeast, and the agave, and that is it.
Really?
And you're supposed to get your taste from the barrel, just like bourbon. So when we get our bourbon, it's like, all right, you get the double charred or you get the toasted barrel. That's how it's getting its flavor. It's the exact same thing with tequila. You're supposed to age it in a barrel. to get your flavoring, not put additives in it. And so when you get one, it's just those three ingredients: water, yeast, and agave. It's actually pretty good for your body. It's the healthiest spirit. I mean, no alcohol is healthy for you, but if you're
Right.
looking at the spectrum of spirits, it's the healthiest spirit. Any doctor will tell you if you're going to drink any alcohol, you would want to drink the agave because it's really a plant. And it's a succulent, basically, succulent plant. It's not going to be as hard on your body to process as like when you're thinking bourbon, it's grains, right? It's barley, it's wheat, it's rye, those sorts of things. Definitely going to take you much longer to process. But if you hydrate and you do an additive-free tequila, you'll be fine in the morning.
No shit.
So Craig, let me ask
Wow.
you: if I, as a tequila amateur, if I was just going to go to like a local liquor store and I had to select a tequila that met that criteria, what's just like a go-to? Like you just have to go to a liquor store right now. What's like the best like branded tequila I could buy that meets that criteria, in your opinion?
Yeah, good question. It depends on it's almost like bourbon as well. So it also is kind of allocated to the different regions of the country. So there's certain ones that you can't get in certain locales. But I think if you're going to go to the store, usually one that's getting more traction is Tequila Ocho. You can never go wrong with Tequila Ocho. You can find it at Sam's Club or you can find it at Costco. Tequila Ocho makes single state agave, very clean and very tasty, and it's very versatile. You can, if you did want to do like mixers and stuff like that, it would be a really good spirit. I think also Lalo has caught on a lot. You can find Lalo, Lalo. You can find that in a lot of places now. Also like Dos Hombres, the guys from Breaking Bad, they just made that one. And that's a really good one. I was really impressed. Typically, celebrity tequila is not good because what they'll usually, typically not good because what they'll do is they'll try to give it like a smoother profile and make it very sweet and then slap a famous name on it. And then people will go for it, right? And that's what people want. That's not what real tequila is. Real tequila doesn't taste sweet, and so those different sugars and things that they're putting in it, that's not real. But if you get one that's aged in a really good barrel, you actually could get a really nice sweet flavor from it, but it should come from the barrel and not anything else. But then some of my favorites, if you ever run across Fortaleza, is probably the most sought after tequila on the market right now. They're ranked number one. Also for me, my second favorite is going to be Cambio. Love Cambio. And I think, are you guys from Chicago? Is anyone from Chicago?
Yes.
So there's actually a gentleman, John Rosales. He's actually the owner of Cambio. He lives in Chicago. He's from Chicago. He owns about 5 restaurants in Chicago. And he's also a wine sommelier. And so he likes to blend he likes to age the tequila in wine barrels. And so it'll be a French oak wine barrel that'll pick up the taste of the Pinot Noir or the Chardonnay, or he'll use a white Burgundy barrel. He usually gets some barrels from France and different places. And you would be shocked at the flavor that it'll give the tequila. And you wouldn't even think you're drinking tequila. You go, this is next level. And he's right in Chicago, and he's actually got, I had dinner with him a few weeks ago. The Chicago Cubs have picked up his tequila as the sponsor for tequila. So if you go to the stadium next season or this season, that's what you'll be getting is the Cambio.
No kidding. Sounds like that guy's doing well.
Oh yeah, doing great. And that is one of my favorites. I love Cascanes as well. If you have a Total Wine where you're at, you can usually get Cascanes, Casco Ajin, and then also Lost Lore. I can give you so many.
Yeah.
So those are probably my top 5, top 6 right there. But I really love it. I think that I think for the listeners, when just to kind of explain it, when you see tequila and you see just that plain white bottle, those are your Blancos. Those are going to be your unaged expressions that never spent any time in the barrel. And usually when you're trying a new tequila, you want to start off with the Blanco because that's the rawest form of the spirit. So you typically, if you don't like the Blanco, you're not going to like the other expressions. But what they can do also is that you can have a rested Blanco. And what that means is you can put it in a barrel, but you can put it in there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So I have some that are actually aged in bourbon barrels. I have some that are aged in a Weller's barrel. I have it, and it does pick up the Wellers. I have some that are aged in the old Fitzgerald barrel as well, and it picks up that flavoring. But it's only sat in there for 2 to 3 weeks, so it doesn't overpower the agave in it. So those you can actually age it up to 59 days, and it can still be considered a Blanco.
Wait, have you been to the places where they make this stuff? Have you seen them doing this?
I have, but I haven't. I've actually met with a lot of distributors and such. I've been to a lot of distilleries. Most of them are bourbon. I've been to a lot, like on the Kentucky Trail, of course.
Hell yeah.
But I have not been to Mexico. So I've got a few friends that want to take me this fall. So I'll probably go this fall on one of the 3 trips that they are trying to take me on. And definitely in a constant state of learning as well. I don't know everything about tequila. I learn a lot from other people as well. There's so much to learn about it. So I can't wait to go there and actually meet the people and learn the stories. Some fascinating stories and fascinating people that make it as well. And so yeah, but in terms of like the spirits, once it hits day 60, it's considered a repo, which means rested. So that's when you'll see those ones that are a little bit darker. And those reposados, those are aged for 2 months to a year. So you can let it sit in that barrel for 2 months to a year, still considered a reposado. Once it hits a year, it's considered an añejo, and that means aged. And so that's the darker tequilas that you'll see, but it has more of the barrel influence. So you're getting more vanilla, more caramel, more oak in it. Then you'll see the ones out there called Cristalinos. We don't like those. Reason why is a Cristalino is just an añejo that they take the color out of. So they filter it through charcoal, take the color out of it. What's the point? So I don't like Cristalinos. Yeah, what is the point? Like it's weird. So you take that out. Wouldn't buy any Cristalinos at all. And then a Joven, which is if you mix a Blanco with any other aged expression, those are really good. I love Jovens. Those are some of my favorites. And then you have extra añejos, and those are ones that are aged 36 months and beyond. So any 3 years to 5 years. A lot of times it'll spend time in multiple different barrels, so you pick up a lot of different complexity. So I have ones that are aged in 3 different types of barrels. And then also rosas, which are one of my favorites. Those are ones that are aged in wine barrels. I love the complexity and kind of that the sweetness that you kind of get from the wine. So those are all the expressions you can look for, but just to kind of give the listeners what to look for when you go to the store, because it's kind of intimidating. You don't know where to start.
It's crazy intimidating. I mean, we walk into like a Binny's by us, and there's 50 different bottles of tequila, and they range from about $25 to like $400.
Right.
And I don't want to waste my time drinking crap, but I have no idea. Like, is it worth it for me as kind of like a novice drinker to spend $300 on a bottle of tequila? I mean, is that kind of a waste of time for me?
No, and that's one of the misconceptions out there is that people think the more money you spend, the more exclusive you're getting, right? So you'll see the one with the bell on the top that's like $300. You could put that in a blind test against some of these that are like $20 to $30, and it would never win. So like Zumbador is one of my favorites, and that is $23. And it won double gold at the Agave Awards this past year. Even when you get up to the Añejo, it's only $35. And it is one of the best tequilas that you'll find. Even the Cambio we talked about is like $39 for the Blanco. It's $45 for the Repo. So you don't have to spend a lot for good tequila. And I usually try to stay under 100. If I'm going over 100, it's typically going to be a special bottle, or sometimes they do single barrels just like they do in bourbon, right? So they'll never make it again. You'll never be able to get it again. So some of those I'll spring a little bit more for, but typically I try to stay underneath $100.
All right, so there you mentioned tequila championships, like World's Best and stuff. Have you ever judged one of those?
I have not. I've done a lot of blind tastings with different friends. I've been at a lot of different events where we will do different tastings and such, but I've never actually had to be a judge. I've had friends that are judges. I've seen the packages and such that they've done, but I've not been a judge yet. So we'll see. I mean, you never know in the future.
Do your friends try to mess with you and like try to get you to like pick the expensive tequila and the cheap tequila? Is that like a game you guys do?
Not so much. I mean, because when they come, they never know the difference. So to them, it'll be a bottle that's like $500, and like my wife's friends are out there just like having a good time with it, And so they don't know the price of it because I never put the price on it. I never kind of like covet anything. It's like if you like it, you drink it, and so they never really know the difference.
Do you have room to be for a new best friend? Because I am, because I could drop Ted in a heartbeat and get a new best friend.
I'm replaceable. I am very replaceable.
Yeah. Ted has barely offers me anything.
I bring nothing to the table. It's okay.
Yeah. All right, so tell me,
you got to share.
Yeah, tell me if I'm a bad person. I've been drinking my tequila, and I literally less than a year. Okay, I drink it with a slice of lime and a slice of jalapeno. Am I a bad person?
Not at all. I think you got to enjoy it the way you like to enjoy it. I mean, honest, a lot of the guys who are, big in the industry, I mean, we always say we do our mixed drink is 2 parts glass, 1 part tequila.
There you go.
And so we drink everything neat. And we don't really do any of that. I mean, a lot of those habits we picked up, I mean, like you would see when we were younger, right? Ones that had worm in the bottle, like that's not real. Like those are like gimmicks, different like pop culture confusion stuff. Right. You've got a lot of things like the lime and the salt and the sugar. A lot of that was to help like mute the bad tequila that we were drinking, that sting that you have when you drink it down. That's what that was for. But if you have additive free tequila, the first thing you'll notice is there's not that sting on the back end. And so you actually don't need any of that.
What about cold or room temperature?
Room temperature is best. It's definitely going to impact the spirit when you freeze it. I've seen it. I mean, some people, you could put it on ice if you wanted to. Certainly nowadays, there's a lot that are high proofs now. People are starting to want more flavoring. So typically your tequila would be like 80 proof, but now there's a lot of 110, 105 on the market. So you can kind of dilute it yourself. But same thing with my bourbon. I like my bourbon calf strength. Like, if I want to water it down, let me do it myself. I don't want anybody else to water it down for me. So
Agreed.
If you want to do that, that's fine. You could, any way you like to enjoy it is a good way to do it. Yeah.
All right. So you are a brand ambassador for Nosotros Tequila. Is that right?
Yes.
And is this true? I was looking at their website. Did that really start as a college project?
It really did. It was 2 gentlemen, and they kind of wanted to think about what was the best way to kind of maximize on and have good tequila that would be affordable. It was a really fascinating story because I've been a fan of theirs for quite some time. And then I finally went to one of their events, and we just connected, and it was like, hey, you love this stuff, and you like to be behind it, so let's partner up. And so I'm excited about it, and I think we have another event coming up if you're in Orlando on the 24th of this month coming up. And but great, that's a great brand, one of the brands that I believe in. I would never tell anybody about a brand for anything other than the fact that I love it. But it's great, and the thing I like about Nosotros is that they actually use a red American oak on their barrels instead of the white American oak that most are using. So their Reposado, I mean, it's very well priced. I think it's around $45 at tops. And you get, it's like a caramel just bomb, it's delicious, it's easy, and it's very versatile as well. It's one of my favorites. And I'm really excited to be able to partner with them for sure.
That is awesome. Do you have favorite drinks that you make with tequila, or are you just a guy, you just drink it straight?
Usually I'm all straight, because once you start introducing sugar, that's when you could, especially if you do too much, you could get a hangover just because of the the sugar content. And that's the same thing wine will do. Wine will do to you. But if I ever do mix, a lot of times if I'm out, they don't have tequila that I typically drink. So I usually will have a mezcal. And the mezcal, they'll do a mezcal margarita or something like that for me. You can also do a mezcal old fashioned. That's probably one of my favorites. So you can actually get a mezcal that's aged as an añejo, and you put it in. And my friends, they're hardcore bourbon drinkers, but they actually prefer the mezcal old fashioned over the regular old fashioned. And so those are probably my two favorites. My cousin, he actually makes espresso martinis with some. So there are some tequilas that are aged in coffee barrels. Cambio also has one that is distilled with coffee grounds called Pearl. And you can make an espresso martini out of that. And so, yes, if you get to try some of those would be fantastic.
Oh, man. All right. Craig, we do this to every guest, okay?
Yes.
It's quiz time, tequila quiz time.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you are playing against Scott and Ted. Now, here's the thing. You got to answer last. Don't jump out ahead because they'll just copy your answer. Now, some of these might be too easy for you, but I do have to make the questions idiot answerable.
Hey.
Okay?
Come on now.
All I'm asking is two things. Number one, don't lose to them. And number two, don't forget number one. Okay? Don't lose.
And just for the record, we have beat the guests before.
Okay.
I believe it.
I got a
The
little
movie guy, I think the yo-yo guy.
Yeah.
Not the Godzilla guy.
No, not the guy. You had no chance against Godzilla guy. 0.0 chance against Godzilla guy. Okay. Here we go. Which one of these, again, don't answer, Craig, until these guys answer. Which one of these is not a type of tequila? Blanco, Tantarillas, Añejo, or Reposado? Which one is not a type of tequila?
Tantarillo.
Okay.
Number 2.
Okay. Craig?
They are correct.
Yeah.
Tantarillas.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Tantarillas actually is the word shit in Spanish.
Okay.
It's one of the slangs. Okay, yeah.
All right, because we did because
Good to
Craig
know.
just gave us a whole thing on Blanco.
I already learned.
that was a.
So that
Got
moved
you.
2 out of the
I
race.
already learned more about tequila in the last few minutes than I have in my entire life. So of
I
course,
know, so did I.
have some answers. yeah.
Okay, so this one's
I'm
going
going
to
to
be
buy
way
a bottle.
harder.
I've just got to try it.
This is going to be way harder. How much was the most expensive bottle of tequila ever sold for? Are you ready? 1.5 million, 2.5 million, 3.5 million, or 4.5 million dollars.
A single bottle.
A single bottle. I'll tell you what the bottle is.
I'll say 2.5.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you were going to tell us what it is.
Oh no, I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
When did this sell? Do you know?
Oh boy, I did not get that.
Okay.
We're going to factor in inflation now.
Just
Yeah,
curious.
It's just what it's worth.
I mean, in the 70s.
1.5, 2.5, 3.5, or 4.5.
I'm going to go with $3.5 freaking million for a bottle of tequila.
Craig.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Oh, I thought you both had to guess.
No, they both guessed.
I said 2.5.
2.5 and 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 1.5.
$3.5 million. It is
Wow.
Tequila Ley 0.925 Diamante. It is worth $3.5 million.
Is it really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
only-
incredible.
So Craig, I'm guessing you do not have that bottle in your collection.
I do not. I have never even heard of that one. So now I'm going to scramble and look for it.
For sure.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
All right, and by the way, if you get that bottle, I'm going to implore you, don't drink that one.
Yeah.
Just hold on to that one.
Or actually,
in case.
just find the distiller
Yeah,
who
that
makes
one
it.
we'll hold on to.
Yeah, find the distiller who makes it and just copy what they do. That's what I would do.
Or find a friend who can who can buy that for cash and return. No, don't do that. It's terrible.
No.
Okay,
Different
here we
than
go.
clothes.
Question number
Getting a
3.
Best Buy vibe.
America drinks the most tequila per year, almost 60% of the world's supplies.
What?
Yes.
That's hard to believe.
And this is a great combination. The most guns, most tequila. I love that combination. You ready? Here we go. How much tequila is consumed yearly around the world? Here we go. 3 guesses. 150 to 160 million gallons, 160 to 170 million gallons, or 170 to 180 million gallons of tequila.
I'll say 160 to 170. I'll take the middle one.
Yeah, I'll take the middle one too.
Craig?
I'm gonna go with the highest one.
Yeah, obviously, I was thinking that too.
Actually, it's the middle one. It is
wow.
160.
Oh,
Dad,
you
we're
might get
rocking
me.
it, baby.
168
Oh, they might
million.
win it.
168 million gallons of tequila are drank worldwide, and here in America, we drink 60%, 59 actually,
Oh, okay.
59 point like 2.
Oh my God.
I knew we drank the most, but I should have looked at how much.
Yeah.
Okay, this should be very easy for Craig to answer. Okay, and this can be impossible for you guys.
No
to
pressure.
Answer. Okay, Jose Cuervo is recognized as the first and oldest tequila brand. Now I'm going to give you a hint. They made tequila for King Carlos IV of Spain. That's a good hint right there.
Right.
What year did that company start? No multiple choice. What year?
King Carlos. Okay, I'm
The
going to
fourth.
say.
Oh, King Carlos IV.
Okay,
Craig, if you're King Carlos IV, not the third. So
obviously it sounds pretty dated, so I'm going to have to say, King Carlos IV, 1600s.
okay.
So this is Jose Cuervo. The company was
Yes.
started
When
long time ago.
Yeah.
Actually, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I said 1600s.
They were growing. They were actually growing stuff in the 1500s.
there you go.
But the Jose Cuervo company actually started making tequila in this year.
1588.
Okay. If I just say bad guess, does that help? Okay, Craig.
You know, it's terrible because I'm pretty sure it's on the bottle.
Oh shit! I got a bottle upstairs.
Probably is.
It is on the bottle, and I'm trying
Established.
to remember that. Of course, you would pick one that I don't drink.
That's because it's
No,
that's
I was-
because it's
no,
shitty
actually, no.
tequila.
The funny thing is, actually listening to all the ones you don't drink. So I noticed you never said
I'm
Patron.
gonna go with 1649.
1795.
Wow.
I was only off by 2 centuries.
Yeah, you're only off by 200 years. 1795 it started. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and all because King Carlos IV wanted tequila.
Yeah.
Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Okay,
Yeah.
last question. Please, Craig, you got to beat these guys. Okay, they got lucky. They
I
got
should have
very-
got that one though. I knew it was around there.
You know what? It's
I
funny.
think I was closest though, right?
You were definitely closest. You were definitely.
He
Yeah,
won,
so I
he
should
won
get
that
that
one. He
one.
won
He
that
got
one.
that
okay.
one.
Closest
I got
without
it.
going
And
over.
you know what's funny? I didn't know what to buy the other day, and I was just in a rush, and I have a bottle of Jose Cuervo Reposado. Mm-hmm. And it was just because.
Well, it's ubiquitous. I mean, we've all had. I mean, so actually, the funny thing, Craig, when you were mentioning all the tequilas you like, I've never heard of any of them. And so I was thinking you were going to say Patron. I thought you were going to say like Don Julio. I thought you were going to say Jenny Rivera, and you didn't say any of those. So I actually wrote down what you said,
Same
and
here.
I'm actually going to research those tequilas you said because they don't seem very expensive. Just for future reference.
I have so many tequila brands written
Yeah.
down here.
I know,
But-
me too.
But Ted, you're not getting out of this last question.
Fine.
You ready? True or false? This one's as easy as pie. True or false? During the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic, doctors in northern Mexico prescribed tequila with lime and salt as a remedy for the disease.
True. Because there's no modern medicine, so what else are they going to do? It's an epidemic. It's the Spanish flu killed 40 million people. No, I think the Spanish flu killed 60
else
million
are they
people
gonna
worldwide.
do?
They have no idea what's going on. Of course they did. They probably think it's an antiseptic. They think it's an antiseptic. Yes, true.
You got a pretty bad head cold? Yeah, cocaine. What? Yeah, cocaine.
Well,
It works perfect.
Coca-Cola actually had real cocaine in it back.
Yeah,
in the day.
and we live in a shitty time because back then I would have had. I don't drink Coke, but I would have back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay,
True.
so you're saying true, Scott?
It sounds like rub some dirt on it, it'll get better. Yeah, that sounds like it's a true statement.
Craig?
I'm gonna go false. I got to take a stand here so I can win this. I don't think they did it with the lime and the salt. No.
Oh, Craig, it's absolutely true.
Oh, Craig! Oh, man.
Damn it.
Those were not exactly technical questions. Any of the idiots could have
Yeah.
answered those, especially the
No,
multiple
because
choice.
nobody knew anything.
Well, I
It's
had
an
to go
epidemic.
opposite so I could try to win.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
that's true.
Listen,
that's
that's
true.
absolutely 100% smart. I mean, if everybody's betting, if you go to a horse race, and I don't even know if they do that anymore, and everybody's betting on the favorite, the only way to make money is to bet on the one that's going to the glue
Thank you.
factory right after the race, right?
Absolutely.
Just,
Yep. See,
just in case the
you know
other
what I was
horses
thinking.
drop dead. Just in case all of
Yeah.
them, and it never works. Yeah, the one that the heavy favorite always wins. Craig, it was awesome to have you on. I really
you.
appreciate it. Again,
Absolutely.
you can find Craig at Barrel Brothers _412. You can find him basically if you're looking up Barrel Brothers 412 everywhere on social media. Craig, I'm going to hit you up for a couple of because I got them written down all over the place. But I'm going to hit you up for a couple of those suggestions for tequilas so I can send it out to the listeners so that they can kind of start hitting it up and trying those things, if that's okay.
Absolutely. And I'll plug a couple just so people can do some research. Agave Matchmaker is an app. So you can actually download that app. Any bottle of tequila that you're looking at, you can plug it in. It'll tell you the scores of it, the taste, the aroma. And you can see how it's made. Transparency is really big in the industry. And then also the Tequila Report, very good research site, very educational articles on there. And then follow Agave Social Club. I'm actually one of the members there. They give a lot of great content as well. And thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll come back sometime, and I'll definitely be listening to you guys. You guys are entertaining, and I really appreciate it.
All right,
thanks,
Craig. I really
that.
appreciate
All
it,
right,
man.
do well. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks.
take care.
Enjoy
Take care.
yourself.
Thanks for your time, Craig.
Oh man, I knew it. I knew it. That's the thing. I knew as soon as I saw what all the stuff he was doing online. I knew.
No, so I learned
that
more
he was
about
gonna be
I
awesome.
learned more about tequila in the last hour than
Yeah.
I ever did. I had actually no idea what anejo was versus blanco. I wasn't sure. So it sounds like anejo is the best one to get because it's been aged the longest, right? Anejo's been aged in the barrel.
It depends on what you
How do you
like.
spell that? Is it
A-N-
A-N-E-J-O. Yeah.
A-N-
A-N-E-J-O.
EJO?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah. So I'm actually going to take this list with me. Oh, and by the way, my
You're
contract.
going to start drinking tequila.
No, my contractor's in Mexico.
Why do you want the list?
No, my contractor's in Mexico right now, so he's coming back in 3 weeks. So I'm actually going to ask for 5 bottles of not mezcal but tequila because I'm assuming you would like some tequila.
Yeah,
perhaps.
I mean, what did I see? All tequila is mezcal, but not all mezcal is tequila.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna get tequila. But I'm gonna ask for specifically anejo because it seems like that's the best option, right? Because it's the most aged in the barrel. Correct.
It honestly, it really depends on what you like. We have tried now.
What do you like? What do you
I've
like?
tried about 6 or 7 different kinds.
Do you like the clear or the
Actually, I like the reposado the best.
the reposado? Okay,
yeah,
I'll make a note of that.
the anejo is just a little too. There's a little too much to it.
Right. So that's the middle
Yeah,
one. The reposado's
yeah.
the middle
But
one.
The Blanco, the Blanco is the one unaged. It's clear.
It's clear, yeah.
It's pretty good.
but the
It really
reposado's
is-
the middle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really, to me, is the best out of the
It
bunch.
is good.
And
I've
again,
had
I have
reposado
had
before. It's good.
5 different kinds of tequila.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
in
for-
my life that I remember.
Right.
I'm gonna ask for
non-college.
I'm gonna ask for reposado, and just obviously that's very specific to Mexico that you can't get here in the United States.
Yes,
of course.
that's the wild part.
Unless,
right?
of course, you don't want it.
official tequila. Jesus Christ.
Of course he wants it.
Of course, he
Official
wants it.
tequila is only made in like 3 places in Mexico. That's
Right,
it. And if it's not from there, like when he was CRT certified,
Yeah.
you have to get that from
Yeah.
from Mexico. You can't.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you can't get it anywhere
He
else.
seemed like a super cool dude.
Yeah,
man.
super cool.
I mean,
Yeah, super
he
cool,
knew
yeah.
I
what
like
he
the
was-
concept that
stuff,
if he
new
buys
stuff.
it, you drink it.
Yeah, I that's what I liked about him. It wasn't, I got these behind glass on my wall, and this bottle's worth $8,000.
So it's funny.
Just
no,
fucking
In
drinks
those
the shit.
videos, how many bottles did you see that were full? I didn't see a lot of. I saw some with some in them.
Yeah, enjoy them. Enjoy them.
But
So,
I didn't see a lot of ones that were unopened.
so
in
the
that
funny
video.
thing when you go to like any liquor store, they have like on the top, like usually behind glass, there's always like a special, like for example, Whistle Pig, which is like a rye whiskey.
Yes.
There's a Whistle Pig called the Boss Hog. It's a $700 bottle of I think either bourbon whiskey or rye whiskey, but there's always like a super expensive bottle of whiskey, and I'm sure it tastes really good because it's been aged 10 plus years or 15 years. But does it really actually taste better than the $75 bottle that's been aged like say 2 years? Unless you have a very specific palate that can detect that.
It reminded me of his island. Reminded me of my bourbon bar in my basement, where I've got probably 20 different bottles of bourbon, and they're all kind of half full or in some stages of consumption. And I'll go down there. I'm like, I'm gonna have some Four Roses tonight, or I'm gonna have some Old Forester. Or I'm gonna go to the stand by the Bullet. And he does that exactly with tequila. I'm actually intrigued by this. My son-in-law is a big tequila guy, and he gets the Ocho Raspado.
Yeah, I've never heard. So all these tequilas that he mentioned, I never heard of any of them. So I'm actually keeping this list. I want to check it out and see if I can find it locally because none of them are really expensive. They're all about $45 a bottle
Yeah.
tops. Yeah. So which is funny because I've seen tequila for like 75, 80. Like
It's called marketing.
yeah, it is. You're like Don Julio,
Yeah.
Well, I ended up
Patron.
the one
So,
time I bought again I was just buying tequila 818. Didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know what that is? I did finish it, but I finished it under protest. It's
You choked it down.
who's the Oh God, who are the horrible whores?
The Kardashians?
Yes.
Obviously.
You guys would be great on a game show.
Of course they're the horrible whores. Actually, it rhymes.
Grossest women ever, Kardashians? Yes.
Damn, you guys got like a telepathic thing going there.
Thing that Ted had in his butt. A hamster? A stick? Damn it, I didn't get that. Yeah. But yeah, so I ended up buying that and ended up finding out that that's one of those ones that, that market themselves as 100% agave.
Interesting.
And are not.
Yeah, well, I loved his water, yeast, agave.
Yeah,
that's the ingredients.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that simple, and I didn't know those extra. Actually, so the additives actually cause the hangover, and not the actual pure ingredients.
Yeah, so
which is interesting.
To be a tequila, you have to be 51% agave, but then you can have other sugars and other things in it. Yeah, and that's not 100% pure. Yeah, so that's one of those things you want to look for is that 100%.
Well, because obviously alcohol. If you're for example, for weight loss, so alcohol has calories just like a beer. So for example, a shot of whiskey has about the same calories as like a 12-ounce beer, but if you can find something, so wine, for example, if you drank like a bottle of wine, you're just drinking basically pure sugar. It's like drinking a coffee colada from Dunkin' Donuts.
It's so good. It's so good when it hits your lips.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just drinking all sugar. So if you could find something that has the benefit and it's easier on your liver, that's a win, right?
I very rarely get hungover.
Unless you want to be Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. And I just downloaded the Agave Matchmaker app, so I will be logging into that and checking.
I wonder if that's one of the things where you can just like scan the QR code, the barcode on the bottle, and it'll tell you and it'll rate it for you and stuff. Is that what that app looks like? Or
I didn't get into it yet. I just downloaded the app, so I'll get when we get to the bar and Ted's rambling on about whatever it is that I haven't heard from. So I haven't seen him in a week, but he'll tell me stories that are 3 weeks old or a month old. Yeah. I'll just be like, All right, let's put this thing to bed. So we've got to do what's on your mind. Oh, Jesus Christ. If you say it, Ted, I'll kill you.
It's not my department.
I will kill you. What's on your mind is brought to you by Arthur's Fish Markets, with 3 new stores in the greater Quad Cities area. Arthur's offers the freshest fish at the best prices. You will never have a better tasting fish anywhere in the world, and that's a guarantee. Come into the store and see how we take care of our fish like no one else does. Every mackerel to mahi is treated with respect, kindness, and is given daily fish massages and swim in a scented water. At Arthur's Fish Markets, each and every fish given away is given a going away party when they are sold, and their picture goes up on the wall to celebrate them before we butcher them, wrap them up, and send them directly to you so your family can enjoy their otherworldly deliciousness. Stop into one of our 22 locations throughout the Midwest, and you'll say what everyone else does. It seems weird, but God damn it, those fish taste great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. Scott, what is on your mind?
Couple things. One of them is my daughter is getting married in just over a week, and
congratulations.
We're at the final 5-yard line here, and man, it's a frantic push between all the last minute details and expenses and people and who's doing what and everything else. It's taking up most of my brain.
Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you like your future son-in-law?
That's funny because just about everybody asked me that question, and the answer is a resounding yes.
That's good.
He's a real dude.
You guys did some real bonding? That's cool.
He's a real dude.
Right, cool.
I mean, nothing wrong with that guy at all, and they've known each other since college. And anyway, so that's on my mind, and we're excited about it. It's up in northern Michigan, and we're counting the days down. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be so. It's so stress free when it's over.
Oh. And I'm not even doing all the planning. Her and her fiance are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I mean, we're obviously...
Oh, yeah. We're just there to say yes and do whatever they tell us to do, right?
Basically, yes.
I'm going to need you to be here for that. Walk this, do that. Yeah, that's... I mean, Savannah's wedding was... They everything was planned out. All I had to do was, number 1, walk her down the aisle. Number 2, sit there and cry like a goddamn baby.
Oh, I'm sure I'll do that.
Like a goddamn baby. And then... get hammered, drunk, and dance with all my cousins. Cool. We had a blast. I mean, we just had the best family time.
Did you do the electric slide or the Macarena?
Ted, if you can do it, what?
If I saw you dancing in a suit,
they don't do that anymore.
I'm gonna have to get institutionalized.
No, I think they did all of that. I think all those things were done. Yeah, I mean, what? I danced my ass off, man.
The hokey pokey.
the line dance.
Jesus,
So much
Christ.
dumb shit.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun. We got all our family. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, every wedding is
Yep,
awesome.
yep.
I mean, it really is. As long as you know your place, just
Yep,
stay
yep.
in your lane, know your place, do your thing.
Know your role. Yeah.
Have a credit card with the big limit, and be available.
There you go, Ted. What's on your mind?
Get the chuck roll from Costco, or just pay full price, whatever. Be a glutton for punishment, whatever.
Where do you put a 27-pound chuck roll or whatever the fuck you called it?
Chuck roll, yes.
Chuck roll.
Primal roll.
You ever heard of a freezer, a deep?
27 pounds is not a small piece of fucking
but
flesh.
you're cutting it up and then you're freezing it individually. You're not like just sticking a chunk of meat.
This is
in a
spoken, this is spoken like someone is like, it's brain surgery. You cut their head open, you do something to their brain, and you fix them.
Oh, by the way, we're going to pick up all those goodies, those gummies that you got from the Michigan dispensary. Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't stop there because you were
I was
busy with life events.
Yeah.
We weren't that important.
Are you? Is what's on your mind? Shitbagging Scott?
No, I'm just messing. I'm messing with
A
him.
little
I'm
bit,
messing
yeah.
with
It
him,
sounds
so.
like it, Matt.
Jesus, Ted.
But the Michigan dispensaries are exponentially cheaper than Illinois.
They're like 70% cheaper. It's amazing. They have everything.
I'll just go there myself. It's okay.
It's about a
Like your
45 minute,
shitbox
maybe
car would
1
make
hour
it.
drive to.
Yeah.
I'm taking your car. I'm not taking my car.
Ted, I wouldn't let you drive my car for money.
Well, wow.
Yeah. If the choice was to die in an avalanche or let you drive away from that avalanche, I would have to seriously think about.
On a side note,
God.
your neighbor Bob said that for some reason he was watching TV, and then your podcast actually got like into his TV, and he could hear portions of your podcast while your podcast wasn't going on. So there's some weird Wi-Fi thing going on between.
That's.
I just talked to the man for 20 minutes before I got here.
Ted, that's not by accident.
Okay, so
Literally,
you got some. Do you have like a ham radio here that we don't know?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I tune into the TV frequency.
like a fucking
and
CB
send it
radio.
out,
Are you
yeah.
like a trucker?
I think Bob's got an antenna on his roof. He hasn't had cable ever, so
Yeah.
He's been watching you.
Yeah,
He's been watching
I
you.
drive around. Like I will literally put about 300 miles on my car in a week, just driving around so people can hear the podcast.
yeah, you put on a speaker. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh,
Good
he heard
idea.
it all right.
You on the water skis.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah. All right. Here is what's on my mind. Thank goodness the government is finally getting involved in your college choice. The days of letting people pick their own college degrees are finally gone. Part of the big new beautiful bill is a provision that says if your college degree doesn't make enough money, the federal government will not give you a student loan.
What does that mean? Doesn't make enough money.
If it does not make enough money, if your job that you would get doesn't hit a certain threshold of
Of a
how
level
much
of
money you make,
of level of
they
income.
will not give you a student loan so you can go to school to do that, regardless of whether you qualify or not. Thinking about getting a fine arts degree or something in music? Fuck off. The folks at the Cato Institute who helped with this bill says the bill doesn't even go far enough in limiting college choices, and they are protecting students from making huge financial mistakes and ruining their lives.
It's a great bill. Great
Here
idea.
Herein lies the irony. The Cato Institute is a D.C. think tank that advocates individual liberty, limited governments, and free markets.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they don't do none of those things.
So many college kids have gotten ripped off for these stupid educational
why
schools.
would you give a 20-year-old a $200,000 student loan and they're in debt for the rest of their life basically? So it's a terrible idea. I wouldn't even pay it back. I would default on it and just let them come after me. Yeah, they can never pay. You're paying it back at like $500, $600 for the rest of your life. Because
you can't tell people what they can go to college
and plus,
for
if it's
and
a
what they
private
can't.
student loan, the interest actually compounds monthly or daily, so it's very onerous.
I don't
So
think any of them compound daily.
No,
But-
they don't.
but I
think
and
some
and,
people
the, and
do.
the interest rates are set, and
The
it's-
government does not have the right to tell you what you can
Well,
go
let me
to
ask you this.
college for and what you
because
can't.
the government is eating all these kids' loans that they can't pay back, and it's billions of dollars.
So you remember in 2020 when you had the liar loan? So basically, you could apply for a loan with no income verification, no job verification, and just get like a $300 loan. And that's why there was the housing crisis in 2020 because
that was done by the banks.
Right, but it's the same concept. It's like, would you give me a loan without any type of verification that I could pay it back? Of course not. So why would you give a 19-year-old a $100,000 student loan? It's ridiculous.
But that was a scam. That
And
was a
as is this.
scam.
Well, you proved my point.
If a kid wants to go to school and get a music degree, you don't know if they're not going to be the next. I can't think of anyone who does music right now. So I
Beethoven?
can't do that. Yeah, you have no idea if they're going to be the next Beethoven. They could be
Mozart.
They could be the next Ariana Grande. They could be the next Taylor Swift. You don't know.
William Hung.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He was like the worst singer, but he was so ridiculously bad that they actually mocked him by like giving him a platform as if he was talented.
But you can't.
Yeah,
Ted,
I know what you mean.
Your point is well taken,
Yeah,
but
we get
I
it,
think there's probably more to the story than what.
And plus,
we're
here's the
getting.
question: why does education cost exponentially more? It's the same. So basically, the education system in the college is the same in the 1950s. So why does it cost 20 times more now than it did? Because it's the same courses. You're still learning history, English. Nothing's changed, right?
Okay, so that actually, the funny thing is, that's all we're going to talk about next week.
We'll talk about it next week.
So next week, all we're going to talk about is why is education more expensive now?
Exponentially more
I
expensive.
can't wait.
So don't. Here's what I want to tell everybody: don't listen to next week's show because it will be so fucking boring. And if you think Ted telling the same story 10 times is bad, this will be.
Harvard has a multi-billion-dollar endowment.
Ted.
Why do they need to charge people
anything.
hundreds of thousands of dollars, or University of Chicago, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous.
You can kind of hear that, can't you?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, but you know what I'm. But you know what I'm saying. But the point is, whether I'm slurring or not, the point is, you know what I'm saying. It's a scam. It's a scam. All you're paying is for the fucking stupid professors, tenured.
Ted.
Right.
It's not exactly how college works. You've oversimplified it a little bit.
It
is ridiculously expensive.
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's not exactly how college works. Just so you know.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah, kind of, but not really. Not really. All right. So we got to put this thing to bed. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We got to put this thing to bed. So say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Have a good day.
All right. Keep listening, keep enjoying, and we'll see everybody next week.